Okay, everyone, it's finally the moment you've been waiting for. This is the All-US Young Life Club. We have a lot planned tonight, so I'm gonna break it down to see what kind of things are happening. First of all, we got... Oh, yeah, hold on. Yeah, hold on, Bill? Bill. Okay, Bill, you're breaking up. Wait, no, Bill.
All right. Everybody here? Hey, man. Yeah, what's up? Hey, guys, thanks for jumping on with me for sure.
Yeah. Hey, Bill, what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, we're just about to go live. What's happening? What's going on right now?
Yeah, I know. It's absolutely terrible timing, but we've got a problem. I can't find Bob Goff.
What do you mean you can't? What do you mean you can't find him?
Yeah, like I called him yesterday to check in, and when I told him how many college students were going to be on tonight, I mean, I think he got pretty nervous. I mean, I know he's been in front of a ton of people before, but he's completely gone dark on me.
Bill, this can't happen. I've literally been promoting him on social media for weeks now.
Okay, wait. So what do we do? I mean, he's on in like 30 minutes.
Yeah, I think we need to track him down now and give him a pep talk, encourage him a little bit for sure.
Okay, well, how are we going to find him?
Seriously, this is nobody's fault, but we just need to fix it. And I have an idea. There's only one person who can pull this off. It's going to take a little magic.
I think you all know exactly who I'm talking about.
Larry Potter?
Larry Potter.
Hey, Larry.
Larry, I think you're on mute. Unmute, buddy. Unmute.
Oh, hey everyone. I'm Larry Potter. I'm Harry's little brother. I just heard you guys needed me, so I thought I'd come out here and see what's going on.
Larry, hey, where are you? Wait, are you at Hogwarts right now?
Well, actually, I didn't get into Hogwarts, but I did get into Miss Kathy's School of Dance. It's cool because I'm so cool.
Larry, are you okay, man? Hey, that's great, but we don't have time for all of that. We actually need your help. We need you to find Bob Goff and encourage him before this talk. It's an emergency. Larry, are you up to the task?
You got it, Mr. Bill. I'm on it. Don't worry, guys.
Thanks, Larry. Good
Thanks,
luck.
man.
Larry.
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks,
see you,
man.
everyone.
Go get him.
Oh,
All right.
And remember what my mom always says. Reach for the stars, because the stars don't have arms to reach for you. All right, see ya.
Here we go. It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time it's tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time it's tricky. Tricky. I met this little girlie. Her hair was kinda curly. Went to her house and bust her out. I had to leave real early. He made some time and rock around. I said it's
Hey everyone, I'm Kelly and welcome to Texas State. We are so excited about the Young Life College Club tonight, and I know things have looked really different this year, especially for freshmen. This is my friend Karen. She's a freshman at Texas State, and she's here to share a little bit of her story with you guys.
And I'm going to share a little bit of my story with you guys tonight.
Larry? Larry Potter? Is that you? What are you doing here?
Hey everyone, I'm Larry Potter. I'm Harry's little brother.
What? I understand. What are you doing here, though?
Well, I've been sent on a mission to find Bob Joff. And so I'm looking for him, but I haven't found him, so I thought I'd look here.
Well, I don't know who Bob Joff is, but I know a Bob Goff, and he's definitely not here.
Like, aren't you supposed to be at Hogwarts?
Well, actually, Karen, I didn't get into Hogwarts, but it's cool because I'm still cool. But I did get into Miss Kathy's School of Dance. And this one time, I was at Miss Kathy's School of Dance, and I was like, "Sup, Miss Kathy?" And she was like, "Don't talk to me like that, Larry." And I was like, "Chill, Miss Kathy." And she was like, "Larry, seriously, don't talk to me like that." And I was like, "Fine, Miss Kathy." And so she told me to go out to the playground, and I was like, fine, that's not a punishment. So I went outside to the playground, and I saw my friend Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott. And I was like, sup, Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner? And they're like, sup, Larry? And they're like, you want me to teach you this dance? And I was like, sure, guys.
I don't think you've never met Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott.
Well, I wouldn't be so sure, Karen.
Okay, I'm not completely sure what's going on here, Larry, but I can promise you Bob Goff is not at Texas State.
Right.
Have you tried looking anywhere else? You could talk to Sarah at Boise State. She might be able to help you.
Oh, good idea, Kelly. Okay, all right, well, I'm gonna get out of here. But before I go, remember what my mom always says. Reach for the stars, because the stars don't have arms to reach for you. All right, see you, everyone. See you later.
Here we go. It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time is tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time is tricky. I make up people take up mostly all of my time. I'm not singing funky ringing cause I make up a rhyme. I'm not bragging, people nagging cause they think I'm a star. Always tearing what I'm wearing, I think they're going too far.
Hey, what's up, family? My name is Jason Rennie,
I'm Sarah Foster.
and we're here today on Boise State University's campus.
Guys, we are so excited to see you this fall. We know this summer has been weird. There's restrictions with COVID, but we are so excited to let you know what Young Life College is going to look like at Boise State University this fall.
And I'm excited to tell you guys what Young Life College is gonna look like at Miss Kathy's School of Dance this fall.
Wait,
Larry, it's so good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see y'all too.
Larry, okay.
It's good to be here at the University of Idaho.
No,
Go fighting potatoes and sun's out, spuds out.
no, Larry, it's Boise State, and what are you doing here? Have you found Bob Goff?
Not yet, but it's cool because I'm still cool. But this one time I was at Miss Kathy's School of Dance, and I was in class, and I started talking to Miss Kathy. I was like, Larry, stop talking like that. And I was like, chill, Kit Kat. And she was like, Larry, I mean it. You're in trouble. Go outside. And I was like, fine, Miss Kathy. And so she sent me outside of the playground. And I was like, fine, that's not punishment. And so I saw my friend Eminem, and I was like, whoa. I was like, sup, Eminem? And he was like, sup, Larry? And I was like, nothing, Slim Shady. And he was like, cool, want me to teach you this dance in 8 Mile? And I was like, sure, Eminem. He knows
Larry,
Eminem.
no, Larry, you do not know Eminem. There's no way that story is true.
I wouldn't be so sure, Sarah.
Okay, Larry, but Bob Goff isn't here, so you should probably go look for him.
Okay, good idea. I'm gonna go. But first, remember what my mom always says. Reach for the stars, because the stars don't have arms to reach for you. Okay, see you guys. I'll see you later.
That was so cool. He knew Eminem. He was
Even bother my performer cause he's down with me. It's tricky to rock around, that's right, on time is tricky. How is that? Tricky. It's tricky to rock around, that's right, on time is tricky. We don't use drugs, but you assume on your own. They offer coke and lots of dope, but we just leave it alone. It's like that, y'all. But we don't quit. You keep on rock shot, cause this is it.
Hey, what's up, Young Life College? How's it going? We are We the Kingdom, and we're here with our friends from Mavic City, and we're so pumped to sing with you guys tonight. This is Stephanie, Torsten, and Sarah, Kelsey, Abby, and Cicely. We're so pumped. So you guys sing it out. This song is Lean On Me. Woo! lose tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong. Hey, I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Oh, it won't be long. I'm gonna be somebody to lean on. Say, please swallow your pride. If I have things that you need to borrow, oh, no one can fill those of your needs that you already show. So lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. It won't be long. I'm gonna need somebody to lean. Just call me brother when you need a hand. Say we all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. It won't be long. I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Hey, you just call me brother when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Oh, it won't be long. I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Oh, just call me. Just call me. Come on now. Just call me. Just call me when you need a friend. Call me. Helping. Call me. Here we go. You just call. Oh, give it up. That's awesome. Sounds great, guys. This next song is called Holy Water. This song came as an accident. We were working on another song, and we were kind of procrastinating. Martin over here on the drums, he started playing these really cool chords on this old piano in our studio, and we all rushed over to the piano. Like, what is that? That's awesome. And we started just singing out Holy Water. Sometimes it kind of feels like you just receive a song, you know, instead of crafting it or whatever. And it kind of felt like that. And we love playing it. It's so fun. And it talks about those moments in our life when we feel numb, when we can't feel anything. And then that moment when you do feel something again is the most amazing thing. And I believe that God's love is something that wakes us up again and brings our senses back, and is something to celebrate. So that's what this song is about. It's called Holy Water. your grace. God, I need it every day. It's the only thing that ever really makes me wanna change. I don't wanna abuse your grace. God, I need it every day. It's the only thing that ever really makes me wanna change. Hallelujah! I don't wanna abuse your grace. God, I need it every day. It's the only thing that ever really makes me wanna change. I don't wanna abuse your grace. God, I need it every day. It's the only thing that ever really makes me wanna change. Your forgiveness is like sweet, sweet honey on my lips. Oh yeah, like the sound of a symphony to my ear. It's like holy water. Your forgiveness is like sweet, sweet honey on my lips. Yeah. Like the sound of a symphony to my ear. Like holy water on my skin. Oh, it's just like holy water on my skin. Like holy water.
This horizon, it's shining. Seems the daylight knows this is our time now. Where we're going, these dreams we're holding. Oh, and now we know it today. This horizon, oh, it's shining. It seems the daylight knows this is our time. All the world is ours to take. You and me will find a way. Oh, the wonder that awaits. Here we are, forever strong. Through it all, the world we face. You and me will find a way. Oh, the wonder that.
Thanks, Tim Halperin.
No, thank you, Larry Potter.
Forever starts today.
What's up, Young Life College and University? I go by the name of Broderick Perkins. I'm an alternative hip hop artist in the DFW area. I'm so excited to be here tonight for the club experience. I used to serve at Young Life at the University of North Texas. I just graduated, and so I was on African American leadership and served with the college team on the college campus. It was just a great experience to talk about the things that matter, talk about societal issues, cultural issues, and just building those relationships with people on the college campus and with our team. And so tonight I'm really excited. I have a song and a video I want to share with y'all. It's called Freedom. And so I wrote this about a year ago, but it's funny how it's still relevant with everything going on today with social injustices, the fight for equality, and just putting on the character of God in the midst of it, being peacemakers, doing what's good, what's just, and what is right? And to love the neighbor as yourself. And so this song is much deeper than that. It's freedom in all aspects. Everybody's seeking freedom in any area of their life, right? And so God provides that through the gospel of Jesus. And so that's where our hope is found. So I produced it. I did the drum patterns, the vocals, the rapping part. My friend Timothy Cranford played the guitar. Joseph Daniels played the guitar. He's from Houston, Texas. And so Sahir Khan, he played the trumpet on it as well. And so I've been waiting to release a song, in the next few months. But I want to bring y'all in on the exclusive video. And so done by Levi Milliborg. And so I'm really excited to show y'all this tonight. So y'all get the exclusive material. Have a good night.
But mama, don't cry. On the street, I see my brothers die. Look in the sky, we asking God why. I swear I've done it all, see I've tried. Making it by, forget that 9 to 5. I look around, I ain't seen no one alive. Maybe cause we been living a lie. We medicated, we numb the pain. We levitated on Jupiter and Mars. Saturn, we elevated, get high, trying to reach the stars. No wonder why I can't think straight. Got me leaning, sip another drink. Don't take the bait, I'm from the south where we shake the place with that 808 block. Digging in your pockets, you ain't got no green. No cheddar cheese, you ain't got that sour cream. You know I hope in your faith and in all your dreams. We can't get out of bondage until we spiritually free. I see the problems around me. I promise you that we gon' be free. Just hold on. When your tank is on E and you can't make it till next week. Just hold on. When you think your faith is lost, I promise we gon' make it to the top. Just hold on. Close your eyes and count to 3. I know my people gon' be free. Everybody want free. Nowadays been chillin' low key. Turn on the news and tell me what you see. We all seeking change, but where's peace? Calamities and wars is overseas. And meanwhile, the judge can't oversee the crime my brother ain't commit, the sentence times 3. Behind the bars he goes, he can't keep his mind free. Can only call on the phone, he gotta die to defeat. Yeah, food for your conscience, I think I'm getting nauseous. Sick and tired of all of the nonsense. My thoughts keep running just like a faucet. We believe the lie that maybe we out of options. But listen, that's the problem, How can we fix this gap that we gotta make up? Not knowing we've been disconnected from our makeup. Now wake up, the time is now. You gotta believe, fall on your knees, just breathe. I promise I'll set you free. Just hold on. I see the problems around me. I promise you that we gon' be free. Just hold on. When your tank is on E and you can't make it till next week. Just hold on. When you think your faith is lost, I promise we gon' make it to the top. Just hold on. Close your eyes and count to 3. I know my people gon' be free. Everybody want freedom.
Hey everyone, my name is Shanae. I am the college director here in the Bronx, and I am so excited to be here today. I hope you're having a great time this far, and we're so excited that you're here. So, I know that the world is changing. I know that your lives are changing. For some of you, this may be the first time that you're going to be away from home. For some of you, you're going back to college. Some of you are just recent high school graduates. Wherever you find yourself in life, it's changing. And to say that the world is a whirlwind would be an understatement. I'm reminded of what it was like when I was 22, when I was 21. And everything was changing, everything was new. I was excited on one hand to get out of the grasp of my parents. On the other hand, I was really questioning myself and really insecure about, do I have what it takes to be able to exist in a space where I'm not being parented, where my helicopter mom is not going to be there? Who do I want to be? These were the questions that I was asking myself at this time. What do I actually believe in? What do I believe about faith? What do I believe about politics? And this feels like such a whirlwind because you feel like you have to make all of those decisions now. The truth of the matter is that you don't. You're learning and you're growing. And it's okay in some of these spaces to say, you know what? I don't know what I think about that yet. I need more information. I've become an expert of saying, I don't know, let me get back to you. It can feel so anxiety driven. It can feel like, is my depression going to flare up when I get there? But the truth of the matter is, releasing yourself of the pressure to be perfect, to have all the answers, to have a profound thing to say. I want to help you to release that. You are entering this next phase of your life, wherever you may be, to be a learner, to listen deeply, to ask profound questions. And I know in some of our hearts, we are ready to take over the world. But it starts with listening. It starts with being open to diversity, open to your new roommates, open to your new teachers, open to being home again for some of us. And I think about what helps me with that openness personally. What helps me know what voice to follow when there are going to be so many new voices trying to influence your belief and your decisions. And I think about John 10. I think about Jesus as the Good Shepherd. And he says something so profound here that I've been mulling over in my mind since I've heard it, about how sheep know his voice. His sheep know his voice. And I'm so captivated by that because there's so many voices of other things these days. The voice of my anxiety, the voice of your anxiety telling you that you're not good enough. The voice of your depression sometimes telling you that it's not even worth it. The voice of the world saying, why does being a person of faith matter? But when I think about the one true living voice that matters, and that the sheep knows the voice of their shepherd, my prayer and my encouragement for you is to not let your anxiety or your depression overcome you, to not let doubt overcome you, to not let the influence of your friends overcome you. But in the moments where you find yourself overwhelmed and you find yourself like, Lord, I don't know what to do, or Lord, are you even real? Or Lord, I see everybody talking about you, but I'm not sure. To say a small, simple prayer. And it doesn't have to be profound and it doesn't have to be elaborate, but just, Lord, make your voice clear to me. I pray that would be your prayer, that would be your encouragement for the next year, the next semester, the rest of the summer. Lord, make your voice clear to me. It says in John 10 that your sheep will know you by your voice. I'm asking that in my life. But especially as you go to school, as you're deciding to stay home, as you're taking your first job, wherever you are in this journey, it's really important that out of all of the competing voices trying to convince you of things in one way or another, realizing how to have the voice of the Lord be the number one thing that you depend on. Not your anxiety, not your depression, not your potential, not what you're naturally good at, not what your mom has to say or what your friends say that you should be doing. In this next season of your life, depending on something greater than you is the most important thing. Listening to a voice that's greater than your voice is the most important thing. And so I urge you, if you find yourself in a whirlwind these days, close your eyes and say a simple, Lord, let your voice stand out to me. Allow me to be like the sheep in John 10 and to know your voice. Making decisions out of the confidence of God is one of the most imperative things that we can do. We don't want to end up in places and then we're like, well, was I supposed to do that? Was I supposed to go there? when you're trying to discern, should I go to this party? Should I drink this? Should I go here? Should I hang out with these friends? I want you to be able to close your eyes and say, Lord, let your voice be clear to me. It saved my life. It's helped me to make some good decisions, and it's helped me to not make some others. I want to leave you with that. Congratulations on everything your journey has for you. Be well.
Well, good evening, Young Life College. It's time for some exciting announcements. My name is Steve Millett, and I'm the College Director at the University of Texas at San Antonio. You may be asking yourself, just why is this guy wearing such festive holiday wear? Well, I'll tell you, my friends, it feels like Christmas morning here at Young Life College. It's a new year at your university, and we can't wait to see you or meet you for the first time. So like gifts under a tree, let's start our announcements with some exciting giveaways. Thanks to everyone who entered our giveaways on Instagram this week. Let's start by announcing our 10 winners for Bob Goff's latest book, Dream Big, in what we call the Dream Big giveaway. While you look for your name, we'd like to thank We the Kingdom for performing tonight on the All USA Young Life College Club. And of course, a big thanks to Broderick Perkins. Go ahead, follow him. And we're really grateful that he showed his new video here for the first time on the Young Life College USA Club. If your name appeared on the screen, then direct message us at YL College and University to claim your free book and get it shipped to your door. Yes, your door. Amazing. And now we're announcing the winner of the Young Life College North Face backpack, stuffed with Young Life College gear. Yes, things like a Young Life College t-shirt blanket, a Young Life College coffee canister, and more Young Life swag than you've ever dreamed of from the Young Life store. Yes, the Young Life store straight to your door. Yes, your door. Amazing. And the winner is... Congrats to our winner here tonight. Once again, just contact Young Life College at YL College and University and we'll have that shipped to you. And speaking of Instagram, you should be following us already, but if not, give us a follow and always tag us in Young Life College posts for an opportunity to get reposted all year long. And now I'd like to introduce our very special guest. As you know, Larry Potter has been on a nationwide manhunt in pursuit of Bob Goff. We have Larry joining us live here tonight with an update in his search for Bob. Larry, welcome. Larry.
Hey everyone.
Well, hey Larry.
Hey everyone. I'm Larry Potter. I'm Harry's little brother. Just heard you out here yelling and stuff, so I thought I'd come out here and see what's going on.
Well, great, Larry. You know, hey, before we get into the whole picture of what's going on with Bob and your manhunt for him, tell me how you are. What's going on? How's life at Hogwarts?
Well, actually, Mr. Steve, I didn't get into Hogwarts. But it's cool because I'm still cool. But I did get into Miss Kathy's school dance.
Oh, wow.
And this one time, I was at Miss Kathy's school dance, and I was in my class, and I was just waiting there and daydreaming, and she walked in, and I was like, "Sup, Miss Kathy?" And she was like, "Larry, don't talk to me like that." And I was like, "Fine, Miss Kathy." And she was like, "Larry, I mean it." And I was like, "Fine, Miss Kathy." So then she sent me outside, and she said, "Go out there and be by yourself." And I said, "Fine, that's not a punishment." So I went out there, and I saw my friend Drake. And I was like, "Sup, Drake?" And he's like, "Sup, Larry?" And I was like, "Nothing, Drake." And he's like, "You want me to teach you this dance?" And I was like, "Sure." Drake.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
Drake, well, hey, that's a great story, Larry. Really great. But let's maybe get back to this manhunt for Bob. Have you had any success in that at all? I mean, are you close to finding him? I mean, he's speaking here soon. At least he's scheduled to.
Well, no, I haven't found him yet. He could be like me when I got lost when I was a kid. I went to the grocery store and with my mom, but I grabbed the hand of a different lady I didn't know, and I lived with her for 7 years before I realized it wasn't my family.
Wow, that's a long time. Hey, I've got an idea. You know, from all I understand, Bob puts his phone number in the back of all his books. And I bet you it's a little easier to find him than what we think it is. How about you do this? How about you grab your phone, you get his number, and you just text him and see where he's at and make sure he comes to the
Or I have a better idea.
I'm sure you do.
What if we all text him at the same time?
Larry, you're a wizard. That's the greatest idea ever. Hey, here's what we do, Larry. Here's what we do, everybody. I want you to pick up your phones right now. Yeah, right now. Just pick them up.
Just pick them up.
We're going to put the number on the screen. You're going to see Bob's number. And on the count of three, I want you to start just texting Bob like crazy. I mean, we're going to flood him. We're going to bombard him with texts. We're going to find Bob Goff. So check out that number on the screen right now. And maybe you do things like this. Maybe you text him with, hey, you the man. Or maybe you just put, I love you, Bob. Or maybe...
Or reach for the stars.
Yeah.
Because the stars don't have arms to reach for you.
That's good. A little long, but that's good. Or maybe just dream big. Yeah, that could work too.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah. Fine.
Okay. Well, hey, you've inspired me. You have inspired me, Larry.
Me too.
And when I get inspired, you know what I think of? I think of my favorite film, Free Willy. So for the next little bit here, while you continue to text Bob, why don't you take a look at this awesome clip from Free Willy.
Great shot, kid. That was 1 in a million.
Remember, the Force will be with you always.
Well, there you go, folks. We'll be looking for you this fall. Whether you know about Young Life already or checking it out for the first time, there's a place for you, and we can't wait to meet you. For more information about this and more, talk to your Young Life leader or visit our new Young Life College brand new website at ylcollegeanduniversity.younglife.org.
Welcome back, Young Life. Man, this is so awesome to get to be with you guys through this technology. And we're just excited to share some more music with you guys. So this song right here, we're going to do a little bit of one song called SOS, and then we're going to go into a song called Cages. And I love the way that these two songs tie together. Both of them are on our album, Holy Water, that we just released. And for us, it's really important, I think, just to be honest about where we get sometimes in life. I know in my own life, man, I've dealt with a lot of different struggles at different times. I've been paralyzed by anxiety. I've dealt with depression. I've dealt with addiction and have felt a lot of shame over all of that stuff. But one thing that I am so incredibly thankful for is how the unbelievable mercy of God met me in those moments where I thought my life was over. And I felt so hopeless. I literally could not see how I was going to get through. And, even today, he continues to meet me on a daily basis. And I'm just so grateful for that. I think about my life, even a time where, when I wrote this song, SOS, is about 10 years ago. And in that moment, I was actually at a Young Life camp, Windy Gap. It was 8 in the morning. I was barely awake because I'd been up eating cereal in the dining hall at like 3 a.m. or something. And I was foggy-eyed, and I was just thinking about my own life. And I was thinking about where I was in college and in high school and just in my own heart at that time. That was one of the darkest, hardest times of my life. And God met me there in such a profound way. But this song was like the cry of my heart. This is what was going on inside. And then Cages that we're going to play after that is sort of like, that's what my soul was wanting to rise up and say, man, I am breaking out of this place by the power of God and leaving this old life behind. And anyway, we just really encourage you just to, wherever you are, just know that you're not alone, and there's a reason that we're getting to share this moment together. So.
If there's a way out, someone let me know. I'm reaching out, one last plea is hope all gone. Somebody save me. SOS, I'm lost at sea. Is hope all gone? Somebody save me. Why do I do the things I don't wanna do? I don't wanna do when all they do is hurt me. Why do I do the things I don't wanna do? I don't wanna do when all they do is hurt me. Why do I do the things I don't wanna do? I don't wanna do when all they do is hurt me. Why do I do the things I don't wanna do? I don't wanna do when all they do is hurt me. I'm reaching out, one last plea is hope all gone. Somebody save me. I'm reaching out, one last plea is hope all gone. Somebody save me. SOS, I'm lost at sea. Is hope all gone? Somebody save me. Save me.
What if I got real honest? What if I took a risk? What if I opened up my heart and let you see in? What if I took my mask off, trying to fit in? I don't wanna be a mannequin. What if I let my guard down? What if I took a breath? What if I wasn't perfect? What if I was just a mess? What if I bled my soul out? I've given all I could give. I'm so tired of pretending.
I'm coming out of my cages. I'm stepping down from my stages. I'm sick and tired of faking it. What would it get to be known? What would it get to be known? What if I got you on? What if I swung myself
Tell you what, it's starting to feel like a sweaty Young Life club room up in this place. I don't know if y'all feel that on your side, but it's definitely that way on this side, which I love.
It better be wherever you are going.
That's right. That's so nostalgic for me.
Y'all, again, we're called We the Kingdom. It's been a real honor to get to be with you. We love Young Life. Ed and I are brothers, and we grew up. I mean, I met Jesus at Windy Gap when I was 4 years old. We grew up all around Young Life, just totally immersed in it. We spent many summers at camps doing assignments and hanging out with Young Life staff folks and being leaders in the past and all that, so we love it a ton. And, I want to say again, thank you to Maverick City Music being with us. These folks are unbelievable. You need to go check out their music for real, please.
Drink of the water, come and thirst no more. Come all you sinners, come find his mercy. Come to the table, he will satisfy. Taste of his goodness, find what you're looking for. For God so loved the world that he gave us his one and only Son to save us. Whoever believes in him will live forever. Jesus is waiting there with open arms. See his open arms, yeah. For God so loved the world that he gave us his one and only Son to save us. Whoever believes in him will live forever. The power of death forever defeated. Now it is well. I'm walking in freedom. For God so loved the world.
Praise God, from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, for the wonders of His love. Praise God, come on, praise God, from whom all blessings flow. Now, praise Him, yeah, praise Him, for the wonders of His love, His amazing love. For God so loved the world that He gave us His one and only Son His way.
God so loved.
God so loved the world.
Hey everybody, it's Bob Goff here. I'm so delighted to be part of Young Life College tonight to talk about some of the things that are important to you, to talk about who it is that you are, who you want to become, and how you're going to get there. I think we're all figuring it out along the way. You know, in college, I wanted to be on Young Life staff in the worst way. So I raised all my support. I said, can I go on staff? And they said no. I think they didn't think I'd be very good at speaking to people. But so I wasn't mad, I was just confused. So I went to law school. I thought, well, what the heck, I can figure out how to be a lawyer. And I graduated from law school, had all these smart guys working for me. And every time something happy happened, I bought 100 acres near this Young Life camp you guys know about called Malibu. And I did that for 20 years. Till I had it all. I could turn off their water. I've got your note right here. One of the things that's going to happen to you is that you're going to have an ambition. You're going to have something you want so bad, and it's just not going to happen. And what do we do then? You've got this idea about what your life would look like. You don't have the specifics. Some of you might know who you're going to marry. Others are just trying to figure it out. I know in college, I just wanted to go out on a date. That's all I wanted. Anybody, anytime. And it didn't happen. I actually got to law school before I met Sweet Maria. She wasn't Sweet Maria Goff at the time, but I wanted to change that. There was a Young Life camp called Oak Bridge. It's in San Diego County, and it's just a great camp, mostly for junior high school kids. And she was going to go up with 10 work crew girls and help out at a camp. So I got 10 work crew guys like that. I said, I just want to be in proximity to her. And the first night, it was crazy, but there was a woman who was elderly and her pacemaker stopped and she keeled out over like face plant in the spaghetti the first night. And I knew how to do CPR. And after 30 minutes, we got her going again. And I remember Maria thinking, this guy is not much to look at, but in a crack, he could be helpful. And that's where we started our friendship. Well, one of the things that I wanted, which was to go on Young Life staff, didn't happen. But I did want to date, but I actually didn't get one of those. But I ended up being in proximity to Maria, and that's where things started happening. I started being in proximity to Malibu, and that's where things happened. I built a lodge up there some of you guys might know about. We wanted to bring a place where we could bring good guys, bad guys, and undecided from all around the world to come. And so we built this lodge. It took me 20 years to build this thing. We hired 8 guys to go up and put one last coat of stain on it. Now get this, we've signed 32 peace agreements there. We would bring, after the war, Kosovo said we're our own sovereign nation. So we brought the leadership of Kosovo there. What I didn't tell them, I brought Serbia, Albania, and Macedonia as leaders too. They were so ticked. I'm like, whatever, sue me. But it was a place where people could come. It's a safe place where they could think some thoughts, cultivate some ideas. That's what I want college to be for you. I want you to make a safe place. You don't need to build a stupid lodge to do that. You can go to Starbucks. Make somebody else pay. So create a safe place where people can ask the questions about life, where you can ask the questions. Why don't you try this? Say, let's do 30 seconds of complete authenticity. I'm going to talk for 30 seconds and tell you about me, and then you talk for 30 seconds and tell me about you. Then let's do it again. And there's something beautiful about that. And the only rule is this: you can't fix each other. You just need to be present with each other. And I think that's one of the things I've learned so well with Young Life, and that's what Young Life College is so great about doing, is creating a format, creating a context where people can be truly authentic about their faith, authentic about their questions. Jesus never had a problem with people who had questions. He didn't want people who were acting like they knew it when they actually didn't. What I want to do is just create those safe places. Well, Young Life had created that safe place next to me. Although I couldn't go on staff, I was a next door neighbor. And one of the neat things is this idea of adjacency. If you don't know exactly what it is that you want to do, where you want to be adjacent. Find the thing that you want. I was adjacent to Maria up at Oak Bridge. I was adjacent to Malibu up in Canada. So that idea of adjacency, but know this, there's going to be a couple setbacks that are going to happen along the way. After signing 32 peace agreements up there over 20 years, we hired 8 guys to put one last coat of stain on this place. They were there. They were supposed to be there for 2 months. They were there for 2 days. And they put a bunch of oily rags together, spontaneously combusted, burn it to the ground. And it is erased. And you know what? It wasn't a house that burned down, but it might have been a relationship. It might have been an ambition that you had about a major or a career path. It might have been your parents' relationship. It might have been a best friend, but something burned down. And we had to decide what you have to decide all the time. What are we going to do now? We stood at the edge of this burned down pile. And I was really sad about this thing, but sweet Maria Goff was filleted. And so we went and got some counseling. And I'm telling you, if you have some issues that you need to deal with, boy, don't be alone in these things. You are worth it. God wants you to just get real with this stuff and figure out what is it that you want, what was the hurt, go back to that and figure it out. Here's the thing. We need to be able to see it before we can understand it, before we can fix it. So although it's painful, to go back to some of those places to say, what made you insecure? To actually see that, little 8-year-old you, and then to understand it, to say like some of those things that made you insecure, that's who you were, that's not who you are. And then to move forward into that and to start fixing that, to ask Jesus to help you move towards that. And the way we do that isn't to get wrapped around an eddy of introspection. Paul, one of the authors of so many of the letters that are in the Bible, was writing about his buddy Timothy. He said this Timothy is a guy who takes a genuine interest in the people around him. Isn't that crazy? Like the way that we could actually figure out what's going on in our lives is to take a genuine interest in everybody else's lives. You will find nothing less fulfilling than making everything about you. Take a genuine interest in the people around you. Ask them, what's really going on? 30 seconds of absolute authenticity. See what happens along the way. Well, fast forward, we had this lodge, it was burnt down, and we had to decide, is this setback going to be a campsite for us? And we decided no, what we're going to do is rebuild the lodge. So, you know what I did? I bought a 150-foot crane. I started swinging logs again. I'm telling you, it makes an awesome rope swing. With enough insurance and a body cast, you should give it a try. But we started swinging logs. It took me 4.5 more years. Now get this. I built a lodge. I built a lodge that took me 20 years to build. It burned to the ground, and I spent the next 4 years rebuilding it and another couple getting it furnished. I've spent 3/4 of my entire life on that lodge, ruling out the times when I was in elementary school. This is the majority of my whole life. What is it that you want that bad? Talk about those things amongst yourself. Say, what would I spend 3/4 of my life doing? And it isn't a building. My kids don't need a building to know they love them, but to create a place where people would be invited. People would be welcomed in. They would come in. They would be able to say, what is it that I want? Why do I want it? And what am I going to do about it? Think about that. What do you want? Why do you want it? What are you going to do about it? So what do you want? Think about that. It was the question that Jesus asked every single blind guy he ever met. The guy would be at the gates and be like, I'm blind, I'm blind, I'm blind. Jesus would say, what do you want? Can you imagine the blind guy's like, what the heck? Like, duh. But I don't think Jesus was confused. I think he's asking the same question of you. What do you want? I mean, really, really want. If you want a convertible Porsche, go get 2. But here's the deal. They're going to end up in the shop. They're going to cost you a ton. And then wait till you get your insurance bill. But what do you want that's actually going to last? If you're like me, I want a couple things. Love, purpose, connection, a couple authentic relationships. Want those. And then move towards it. Get the crane. To say, I'm going to start swinging whatever I need to swing to make that happen, that I can move in the direction of creating places where I can express a genuine interest in other people. It's not about making me happy. The whole message of Scripture is to make us holy. And what makes us holy is to do what Jesus did and ask people, what do you want? And start with yourself. Ask yourself the next question, why do I want it? Let's say you want to be famous. Say, like, that's awesome. But famous to whom? And like, do you want to be on a box of cereal someday? Do you want to have a record with your face on it? Do you want to write books? I don't want to be famous. I want to be present. If the reason that you want fame, if you want a lot of followers, if you want all that is insecurity, just get real with that to say, the reason is I'm super, super insecure. One thing that people wouldn't know about me, but in 30 seconds of authenticity, I get super lonely. Isn't that crazy? You see, like, if you guys know me, I'm like the balloon guy, like, whatever. But I actually get really lonely when I'm not around Sweet Maria Goff. And so I'll fly to Orlando. I'll say something at a gathering. I'll fly home that night. I'll fly back to Tennessee the next day. I'll fly home that night. I'll fly to Atlanta the next day. I'll fly home. It's crazy. And I've learned enough about myself to say, I just don't want to spend time in a hotel room just because I'll just get super lonely and I'd rather just eat peanuts in the back of the plane. So know what you want, know why you want it, and then decide what are you going to do about it. Let's say faith is important to you. It's important to me. Say what I want is not the appearance of faith. I want actual faith. Paul was talking to his buddy Timothy. He said, there's a lot of people that have the appearance of faith, but they've denied its power. They actually haven't realized how powerful this could be. I want you guys to realize how powerful it can be. To get not just adjacent to this idea, if you don't exactly know what you want, get adjacent to Sweet Maria up at Oak Ridge. I'm going to tell you something that happened. Fast forward 35 years. Do you know what Young Life did? They put a for sale sign in front of Oak Ridge. Oh my gosh, you're selling a camp? I think there's a bunch of great reasons for it, but you know what we did? We bought it. Then COVID hit. What a disaster. I've got a 60,000 square feet of totally empty. It's this. I'm just in the theater here. But you know what's adjacent to the camp? A big field. And while people are getting COVID, horses aren't. And so they were closing down all the tracks like Del Mar, Santa Anita up in LA, and they needed a place for all the racehorses. They're in our barns now. We got the land next to it. We're losing our shirt on a bunch of empty cabins, but we're making bank on the racehorses. And there's a lot of short people, little jockeys walking around racing. Do you know what's next to the barn? A racetrack. I got one of those. Now get this. I've never thrown a leg over a horse. I don't even know what end to put the straw in. But what I want you to do is find out what's your ambition. Vet it. Say, why do I want that? Decide what you're going to do about that and look for things that are already adjacent to your life. What started me just being adjacent to where Sweet Maria is going to be was the beginning of a camp that I realized someday we're going to end up owning this thing. It wasn't a prophetic thing. It was just an adjacency thing. And so ask your friends, what's adjacent? I know what you want to do maybe is graduate from college and maybe pay off your student loans, and that's awesome. But to say, what do you want more than that? We've got 3 kids now. And what I want to do is create beautiful memories for them. I want to do the same thing for Sweet Maria Goff. And if you can keep a secret, she told me in our first year of marriage, she didn't think I was listening to her. I'm like, what? I didn't hear you. So do you know what I started doing? Keep this to yourself. I started writing down everything she's told me. Is that crazy? When she says something awesome and we're in the living room, I leave the room. I think she thinks I have a bladder problem, but I write it down. I've got 800 pages of things that she didn't know I was writing down. And I haven't told her, don't you tell her either, but we're gonna be 85 years old and I'm gonna get out a couple thousand pages of everything she's told me that she didn't think I heard. And I just want to not only be adjacent to people, but to be taking notes, to lead a noteworthy life. I want you to write down the things that are happening around you in your faith, to get real about what you're sure about and what you're not. To get authentic with somebody about the things that frighten you and the things that you're positive about. And if we can do that in our lives, man, we're on to something. I want you to write this stuff down. Write it down, not like on tablets made of stone, Paul was saying, but written on our hearts. But get some of that stuff in your heart written down on paper. I'm telling you, everybody's got a book or two in them. I write books just because that's how we build schools. If we're going to start a school in another country, we just started one in Afghanistan a couple of years ago. Actually, arriving here in about 15 minutes is the guy that is in charge of everything, national security for Afghanistan. He's going to be at the camp here in the next 15 minutes. Is that crazy? How did that happen? What I had is an ambition. I wanted little girls to be able to read and write. What I decided is that the reason I wanted that is I wanted people to be in a position where they could just decide for themselves. I got an agenda for me. I don't have an agenda for you. I don't have an agenda for the people around me, but I have a reason. I want people to know enough, be literate enough to decide. And then I decided what I was going to do about it. And so I flew to Afghanistan knowing this many people. That's rounding up. I didn't know anybody, but you don't have to go across an ocean. I want you to go across the street. I want you to say, I'm going to love my neighbor, the person in college with me, the person that's up in front teaching, the person that's worried. I'm going to take a genuine interest in them. And I'm telling you guys, if you nail that, you actually are going to have eternity with Jesus to talk about what happened. I think that's why eternity is going to last so long. We're just going to be meeting the people that we impacted. We're going to say, why did you do that? I really want the answer from me to be, it wasn't because of popularity, it wasn't because of vitriol, it wasn't because of manipulation. It was because I did what Jesus talked about through Paul about Timothy. I took a genuine interest in the people around me. I'm telling you guys, you're going to lead us. I want you to lead us with love. I want your eyes fixed on Jesus. If faith isn't a big deal for you, just find the thing that you would trust your life with and throw everything you've got at it. And if you get that right, you're going to be the ones to lead us. So you guys, I'm up here. I am thinking about you with a grateful heart and with a ton of anticipation about what's adjacent to your idea right now. And then more important, getting it out of brain candy and just saying, this is what I'm going to do about it. All right, you guys, so long. Thanks for loving people the way Jesus did.
Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. Well, welcome. Hey, come on up here. Hey, how you doing? Man, it is good to see all y'all out there today, all chiming in on the chat. I'm our final speaker of the night, and my name is Johnny B. Ousley. Man, I could not be more honored to be with you tonight and to follow Bob Goff. Unbelievable. Man, oh man, I remember thinking back to my first year in college and the first time I laced up these overalls and walked onto a college campus and everyone was staring at me and I saw all the women on campus. And I thought, anybody, anytime. You know what I'm saying? And that's what was my motto in college, and it worked out for me because I remember when I walked up to the woman that I would spend the rest of my life with. I saw her from a distance, and I was like, I gotta be in proximity to her. And so I snuggled up all close and I said, Maria, what do you think, me and you? And she said, well, Johnny B, you are not much to look at, but you will work out in a crack. And I thought, well, that's an odd thing to say, but we'll just go with it. And all these years later, we're still together. Just warms my heart. And I got through college and had an incredible college experience, went to club and sang all the songs and unbelievable. And I got done and I thought, I know what I want to do with my life. I want to go on Young Life staff. So I raised all the money and I asked them if I could come on staff and they said, nope. And I was like, what? Do you not see the incredible speaker that I am today? Man, did they miss out on that. But that's okay. That did not deter me. Because I decided to become a lawyer. And I went to law school at a school that you probably wouldn't recognize the name of it, so I just won't mention it, Harvard. And I decided that I would come to law school, and every time something good happened in my life, I bought some land next to this little camp in Southern California called Oak Bridge. And lo and behold, am I not the largest landowner next to Oak Bridge right now? It's kind of worked out for me because Bob and I are now neighbors. I can shut off his water if I want to. Man, oh man, what an incredible experience. It's been unbelievable. I just think back to my college experience and I think it has been rich. And I don't know where you are right now and who you're sitting with and what you're laughing about and what you thought about tonight's talk. But I hope this, that as you start this new school year, as you think about what's to come, that you take time to ask the real questions and to listen with authenticity to somebody else give their answers. We're going to go to a time of breaking up into a Zoom call where you can be with a small group, and if you don't have someone to be in a small group with, you can join mine. We'll post the link and you can join me in my small group. And I hope you take the time to really answer the questions and ask the questions about what about community in your life, significance, and adventure. Thanks so much. Hope you had a great night. Bye.